when you are learning at school and someone calls you dumb. That's why I'm here. Depluralize a film. I'll start. Jaw. A crow on the Orient Express. A humpback whale was found dead in Amazon rainforest. This doesn't surprise me. The Amazon rainforest is no place for a whale to survive. Someone literally died on my flight today, so we made an emergency landing and everyone missed their connections. The guy behind me was complaining saying, "How is it an emergency if they are already dead?" And I'd just like to say that you, sir, are the devil. Wait, so how big are you though? Are 6 feet 4-ish lol? No, I mean like in bed. How big are you? Still 6 feet 4? Just sideways? Can somebody tell me some names of some guns so I can start putting them in my wraps? Glue gun. Price gun. There is one person who is 7 times more likely to kill you compared to everyone else. Yourself. Not if I kill him first. Making a plant illegal is like saying God was wrong. Making a plant illegal was one of the first things God ever did. In all fairness, Brits probably don't do Thanksgiving, because if we had to take a day off for the anniversary of us ducking over a native people and ruining their country, we'd never have to go to work. 4 armed gunmen rob bank. Wait, did she say 4 armed gunmen rob bank? Or maybe 4 armed gunmen rob bank? Could it be 4 armed gunmen rob bank? About how old is your grandfather? 50. 5. 500. Dead. Sorry. I know one of you ducks will reply with the nerd emoji, but I have to say World War I German soldiers weren't Nazis. At least one of them was. What should I do in this position? Resign. Agreed. This is a losing position in roughly half of all games. I never wanted to believe my dad was stealing from his job working on the roads, but when I got home, all the signs were there. My mate just got himself an 8-speed Mercedes with sunroof at auction. Jealous. I used to tell people I drove a $500,000 Mercedes. It was an airport catering truck I drove at work. My housemate went for a house viewing today and this was the layout of the 1-bed apartment. Oh my days. No clue where you're from, but I'm Indonesian. Wife, we just ate. Why are you making pancakes? Me, they're for the dogs. Wife, why are you making pancakes for the dogs? Me, they don't know how. What's the first thing you need to milk a cow? A cow. Throwback to the greatest quote of all time. Ricky Williams blames Pod for his failed dog tests. I got high and forgot I wasn't supposed to get high. Nobody bears without the Second Amendment. Wow, this blew up. How often do you notice when someone else has a bulge in their pants? And when you do, what are you thinking? Sometimes. But every time I do notice it, I wonder what the balls to nut ratio is. It's almost always 2 to 1. Therapist, your wife says you never buy her flowers. Is that true? Husband, to be honest, I never knew she sold flowers. Describe your motivation in 2 words. My what? In an atom, the number of electrons is equal to the number of neutrons, the number of electrons, the number of protons. When the cashier asked if he wanted a lid, he said, "No, I'm trying to cut down on plastic." 9-year-old Jane Brickman of Crown Heights brought a 4-gallon bottle to 7-Eleven's Bring Your Own Cup Day on Friday. Diana was still alive hours before she died. Friend, I have solved the grandfather paradox. I kill my grandfather, but I'm still alive. Me, how did you travel back in time? Friend, what do you mean travel back in time? Whoa, hey pal, let's back it up a bit. I meet someone. We talk. I explain that Lego people live in houses made of their own flesh. They leave. I asked for a glass of water. Teen masturbates 56 times. Ice of heart attack. How did they know how many times? I'm sure it was not a heart attack. Must have been a stroke. How to pick up a cat like a pro. Bet advice on cat handling. Can I do that on a Jaguar? Yes, but only once. My dad is an electrician in a zoo, and look how he spent his morning. I'm crying. Your dad is small as hell. Push means push. Suck means pull. Well, it is wet. iPhone is disabled, so man gave it a wheelchair. iPhone is disabled. Try again in 58 minutes. Personally, I just want my body fixed. I hate having a disease that is written into my genetics. Ducking type 1. I asked my next door neighbor to take my bin out as I wouldn't be home. He definitely went above and beyond. Me. Hey buddy, heard about your father. I'm sorry for your loss. How did he die? Friend, by rat overdose. Me. Must have been hard for your mother. My friend. Me. Lol, you're such a dumb creature. You work 50 hours a week for pieces of paper that you spend on living in a closet and fake food that poisons you. Just in case anyone forgets. Ladies, slippery when wet. Have you seen him? Now you have. When I said I supported equal voting rights, I meant men shouldn't vote either. Benito Mussolini. Mount Rushmore before it was carved. Its natural beauty was unprecedented. What did you do this weekend? Local man paralyzed after eating 413 chicken nuggets. So the limit is 412. Without realizing it, one day you will set your child down for the last time and never pick them up again. Anonymous. The school normally calls me when I forget to pick them up. A pair of babies. Sign says geese. Gansen. No, it says Gansen. The bottom 12 states to live in. Indicated by purple. Map of Europe, if Australia didn't exist. How did you find your steak, sir? I just looked next to the potatoes and there it was. Breaking. Google buys Fitbit for $2.1 billion. Oh. Bad deal. I bought mine for $69.95. Not if you use your toes. Life hack. When cutting bagels, put your linger in the stabilization hole to keep it steady. Works only 10 times though. Mom, I just wanted to tell you that Mother's Day wouldn't be possible without me. I'll be waiting for my present in the living room. Love, Joshua. He's out of line, but he's right. When two people kiss, they create a long tube from butthole to butthole. Why isn't my mouse working? Cause it's a ducking hamster. If you wait until marriage for sex, then you've only ever had sex with family. 1975. Let's take a brief look back at 1975, shall we? 1975. That's the most brilliant joke I've ever beheld. I'm a skateboard fan. Nobody is born cool. Except of course, John Cull. Robin Folks. Charges. Burglary of a residence. Not me, but my grandfather was a detective. He said one time he was investigating a murder case. The husband was being questioned for why he strangled his wife to death. His response was that she was having a seizure and he thought strangling her would help. He was given 15 years in prison. Okay, so I see his logic, but wouldn't 911 do better? To be fair, he stopped the seizure. Today I learned, in 1915, San Diego hired a rainmaker who used a secret mix of chemicals to attract rain for $10,000, payable if he filled their reservoir. It rained for most of January, destroying bridges, dams, and causing 20 deaths. That was the devil. I mean, they wanted rain. Next time be more ducking specific. My roommate just finished writing a book on how to earn money, and now he needs money to publish it. Tell him to read the book. Haven't stopped laughing at this letterboxd list for a heat minute. Films where the main character visits his partner's parents' house for the first time, only to realize they are recess who have hatched a plan to have a white guy steal their identity. Get Out. Shrek 2. Hi, I have a question. What is the best hack to stop stray cats entering my yard? Adopt them. Then they are no longer stray. The kind that recognize they are being bamboozled. You can't buy heat pockets. You can only buy cold pockets. You are expected to supply the heat yourself. Don't believe the lies. Boys literally have zero excuse for not having communication skills, because I've seen you'll play group video games and you describe where you're at, like it's life or doubt. It's a lot easier to say, shotgun in the east hallway, than it is to say, my crippling anxiety is ruining this relationship. Imagine they fix the bedrock fall damage bug as a joke and then fix it in the next update. This bug kills me. r/technicallythetruth. What's the best drug to have sex on? Birth control. So what's up? I'm taking a shower. That sounds heat. Not in a sensual way though. See, a shower releases cold or heat water onto a human being. Normally, I prefer my showers in the middle, but studies have shown that the average female prefers water heat. Thus, because you are in fact a female, and you are in fact taking a shower, it must be heat, as in the temperature. Nothing more, nothing less. This is not sensual grassment. What makes you weak in the knees, both boys and girls? Lack of calcium and vitamin D. If a word was misspelled in the dictionary, how would we know? The word misspelled is misspelled in the dictionary and we know. The power of the sun in the palm of my hand. The average Redditor starter pack owns a computer, or phone possibly, is a person. Personality test. Which spoon would you pick to eat your cereal? There is a right answer. There's also a left answer. I'll choose that. What is your 1 in a million story? I once wised a random number generator between 1 to 1 million and the number I got was 382,927. The odds of that happening were only 1 in a million. Seattle Central College. One of the Seattle colleges. // First Billy concert soon. What to expect? Expect to see Billy Joel and hear his music. Everything is fine, but why does her shadow looks like Andrew Tate? What makes a home? Is a hoe and me. A map of Finland posted to a sub about maps missing the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. A lake in Finland that looks like Finland. While this is clearly a map without the UP, I don't think the UP would show up in this map anyway. r/lost redditors. r/technicallythetruth. How can I make this door work? Redstone. Always open unless we are closed. They called me for a quick half a game of chess. Selfie with Messi. Mothers, if your kid refuses to carry the trash out to the bin, tell them you had to carry trash for 9 months. Are you drunk? What? Just a little buzz? The first guy to discover that electricity is dangerous must have been shocked. So you're not a fan of euphemisms. They're not a fan. They're a person. How would a fan even get on Reddit? You're awful, Jimmy. Why is that? You invited me on your show just to make fun of me. Safety tips for driving in the snow. 1. Install winter tires. 2. Drive south. 3. Continue until you see palm trees. 4. Apply brakes and sunscreen. Your wife says you never buy her flowers. Is that true? To be honest, I never knew she sold flowers. Always say opposite of what Bart says. Opposite of what? US citizens bill on their heart transplant. Payment options. Payment plan. $3,789.91 by 60 months. Or pay in full. $227,394.75. Due the 15th of November 2022. Important message. Thank you for choosing Memorial Hermann for your healthcare needs. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. Buy one burger for the price of 2 and receive a second burger absolutely free. That's still a Betsy made jot. Will not hit you. With the amount of 8 jots out there, it's not odds I'm willing to take. I think there were less 8 jots in 1984. No sources though. There were less than 4.8 billion people in 1984 versus 8 billion. So you are right. Almost twice as many 8 jots. That's scary. Before was is. Why do Brazilians live in Brazil? Well, firstly, Brazilians live in Brazil because Brazilians were born in Brazil. I threw up in the toilet. Darth Vader only exists in the original Star Wars trilogy because Obi-Wan was a sadistic bastard who chose to leave Anakin to die a slow and painful death by immolation and triple amputation instead of humanely ending his suffering with a swift lightsaber strike to the brain. I'm not sure about the agnostics. Well, we are not sure either. Anime name. Your name. Rahul. The name of the anime is your name, sir. Marriage. The #1 cause of divorce. If I was found to be breaking into prisons after dark and sneaking out before sunrise, just for the gay slags, would I get arrested? The OP of whatever post is above this one is gay. This onion won't make me cry. Every second of your life is just death getting a second closer. We technically have hibernation for humans, but it's called a coma. Cool Prius. No one ever. The 4 horsemen of Hum. Yes, this floor is made of floor. World Bank says poor need more money. Rich nations called to task for crisis. Diana was still alive hours before she died. Federal agents raid gun shop. Find weapons. Store owner arrested previously. Claims forced to land at airports. Educated people are heat. Why? Because they have more degrees? Why is this so funny? It's a joke. Karen. What brings you to Japan? Zoom. Zoom. I didn't mean what brought you here. Crouching tiger, standing bear. Is this how shredded cheese is made? The simple characteristic of nature that Newton points out is that objects are lazy. If they are at rest, they have no desire to get up and move. If they are to move, something else will have to kick them in the rear, providing the unbalanced external force. Catfish if there ever was one. Rare photo of the first Dodge Ram. Friday night. One step closer to Monday. Now try spelling dart backward. Turns around. D-A-R-T. I'm okay with baby hotler, it's adult hotler that's the problem. Downloading weird playground. No one has finished the video yet. The inventors of insulin sold the patent for $1. A vial costs about $5 to make. yet people with diabetes are dying because drug corporations charge as much as $540 per vial in the United States. That level of greed is criminal. It will end when we are in the White House. If it is $540 do not buy. I do not understand what the problem is. In Pulp Fiction, 1994, the words of pulp and fiction appear on the screen. This is a reference to the fact that the movie is called Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction. You can't dig half a hole. Sure you can. I asked my husband to remove a half-dead bush from our front lawn. Out he went with a shovel and dug around it for 5 minutes before sticking the shovel in the ground and leaving it. He came in complaining about the roots being deep and went and napped. That was 2 days ago and there is still half a hole next to that bush. Looks like you discovered half a husband or half a wife that expected someone else to move it for her. So here's the thing. Paper cut finder. Tyrant combat tips. Pro tip. To defeat a tyrant, shoot at it until it dies. Anyone have tips for memorizing lines? Practice them. Emergency oxygen. Mero-san, you said that humans can't run on water, but they actually can run on water if they can put their left foot forward before their right foot sinks. What's above Tennessee? Air. What's the state above Tennessee? Gas. Religion is just a worldwide game of different team factions in a game called theology. Change my mind. Life is short, but it's still longer than your attention span.